Hey there, welcome back to Black Cat Folk Magic. All kind people are welcome here. Today we're doing your week ahead reading. I apologize that it's going out a lot later than I anticipated. I had a market yesterday and it was really hot. It was 92 Fahrenheit, which I think is like 33 Celsius. It was super hot. So today I I opted to take a very long nap in the air conditioning to recover. So I apologize that it took so long, but I'm sure you understand. Okay, as always, I have 3 groups to choose from. We have group 1 with the Folklore Tarot, group 2 with the Morgan Greer Tarot, and group 3 with the Wandering Star Tarot. All right. Choose your group, and as always, the timestamps are down in the description. See you in your reading. Hey there, group 1. You chose the Folklore Tarot. Let's see what's coming in for you this week. We have the King of Swords. We have the High Priestess. I haven't seen her in a while. I just realized that. I have 10 of Wands. I have Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Moon. Okay, I'm having a lot of very intuitive thoughts coming in that aren't necessarily directly in the cards, but it's leading me to this place to tell you that there's a thing in your career that you should probably reframe. There's a thought pattern that you have in your career that you should probably reframe. And for some of you, I'm seeing that it's the idea that the company you work for, or whoever you work for, is allowing you to have a job. They're providing a job for you. And Spirit is saying, please reframe this to, you are agreeing to work for them. So, you have the power, okay? They need you more than you need them. They need you to help them make all their money, okay? You're not at their mercy to make a living. You can go somewhere else. And Spirit wants to say, please reclaim that power, because it might be holding you back. This mindset might be holding you back when you negotiate salary, when you're asking for a promotion, just different choices you make throughout your day. And Spirit is saying, please don't put yourself in a disadvantaged position just because your mindset is a little off. I know, like here in the United States, we're raised to believe in capitalism and how we're just so grateful that there are job opportunities and there are rich people to give us crumbs. And I would really like for you to wrap your head around the fact that that's propaganda and not true. Okay? You need to, if at all possible, and I know, like when we're talking about career and making money, some of us don't have very much say in things. We've got to feed our families. We feel like we got to take what we can get. And Spirit is saying, I understand that, but make sure you're actually in that position before you relinquish your power to it, okay? And wrap your head around the fact that maybe you're the one in charge here. You're the one giving over your precious hours. The only thing we have is time. The most precious thing we have is our time here. Life doesn't last forever. So you're handing over those hours so somebody else can get rich. Make sure that you're getting compensated for that properly. Okay, that was a very interesting message. I don't generally come across with those kind of messages, but I hope it helped you. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Have a great week. Hey there, Group 2. You chose the Morgan Greer deck. Let's see what's coming in for you this week. We have the Devil. We have the Five of Swords. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Three of Wands. Okay, the intuitive message I'm getting right away is that you're not giving yourself enough credit. You sort of have been walking around with a lack mentality lately. And Spirit wants to remind you that you're actually very capable and full of talent, and that you need to approach this week with a new sense of power over your destiny. I think a lot of you feel like everything's stacked against you right now. It's really challenging to keep up with things, to keep up with prices, to keep up with groceries. And Spirit is saying, I know in the tangible world it looks like that, but I really want you to not let that get your spirit down. And I want you to remember all the gifts that you have and how abundant you are in gifts and the knowledge that you have to make your way in this world. And I want you to try to move into a space where that more aligns with those powers, those gifts that you have. Because you're tempted just to sort of give up, to take whatever opportunity comes along, not think about it much, just resign yourself to come what may. And sometimes that's a good thing, but I feel like when you're sitting in this energy of feeling like you don't have any power, that'll take you to a bad place. So it's really important that you take time this week to acknowledge the gifts that you contribute to the world, and maybe move into a space that honors that better. All right, I hope this helped you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Hey there, Group 3. You chose the Wandering Star Tarot. And let's see what's coming in for your week ahead. We have Knight of Swords. We have Eight of Pentacles. Everybody's about work this week. All the groups are about work. Six of Wands. The Hanged Man. The Five of Swords. Okay, a very specific message came through, and this is probably for one person, but you're afraid of somebody stealing your idea at work, and Spirit is saying you might be right to be concerned. I wouldn't mention it to anybody, but I would document everything you do very, very well. Anything that you do to develop an idea, I would timestamp it and hold on to that information, because you might need it later. Okay, that was very specific and for probably one person. Okay, but you are going to have an idea this week. with your work that is going to get you a lot of recognition and credit at work. It may feel like you have met resistance there at your job, that you weren't growing as quickly as you wanted to. Perhaps you felt like there was too much competition, or people didn't play fair, and you felt like maybe all hope was lost and growing and being what you wanted to be in that space. And Spirit is saying, this week you're going to have an idea, and you may doubt it. You may think, oh, that's not good. No, work on that. Work on that. It's a gift. It's a gift, and it's going to get you some great recognition, maybe a raise, maybe a promotion, something like that. But it's going to make you stand out from the crowd this time. And once you're noticed at work for being a good contributor, you'll be noticed again and again for even smaller things that you do. So don't give up hope. Try to develop this idea, document everything really well, and I hope it works out great for you. All right, have a great week. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you next time. Take care.